Long ago, my professor once told me, before handing me that F, if you're gonna emulate someone else's work, you absolutely need to surpass them. Otherwise, you'll just be seen as a poor imitation. And while surpassing the original is no small feat, you believe me, the fan game TMNT Rescue Palooza pulled it off with flying colors, showing off what could have been if classic TMNT games had stayed the course. Now the creator of that game, Merso X, is back, and this time he's got his sights on Contra. Can lightning strike twice? Especially when this time there's more at stake. Let's find out. Hey gamers, it's me, Spammer D. Now I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, what could possibly be at stake here? And I'm just going to cut right to the chase and tell you. It's your cold, hard cash. These are Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Regardless though, our favorite fan game creator has taken the plunge to become a full-on indie dev with his first game, Balacera Brothers. And after his showing with Rescue Palooza, not to mention Power Rangers Beats of Power, I think the Joker really did say it best.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
But that also means higher expectations. You are getting paid after all, so the kid gloves are coming off. But to be completely transparent, I didn't pay a dime for this game, as I received a free review copy from Merso X himself. So, thanks a lot. But if you think that means I'm gonna go easy on this game, well, just go watch my review on Coffee Crisis. So yeah, Contra. Merso X himself told me that was the inspiration for this game. And it's pretty easy to see, as it's definitely aping that classic Konami run and gun style. And being what it is, as my professor said, it will always and inevitably be compared to it. Especially since just a few months prior, the Contra Anniversary Collection dropped. So instead of shying away from that fact, let's see how well it compares and what new twists are in store. And the game actually fills us in on that right away with a fun little narration about what's going on. Basically, you're the Blues Brothers, and the undead are ruining your concerts by doing undead things. It's a bit vague, but even in death, they've got their Second Amendment rights. And I can see how that can be a problem.
If sound can't stop these bad bones, maybe a little Balacera can.
Hey Google, what does Balacera mean?
Shooting.
Okay, Shooting Brothers. A little on the nose, but it works. Afterwards, we're dropped right into the fray to put those skeletons back into the ground. Anyone who's ever played a Contra game will feel right at home here, as Harold and Benny play identically to Bill and Lance in Contra 3, which is definitely a plus. For the uninitiated, that basically means tightly controlled running and gunning. Holding down the fire button will allow for continuous streams of bullets as you run. So basically, none of this crap. And you have a button that can plant you in place so you can shoot in multiple directions, as well as a button to swap between power-ups, which you can hold 2 of. It's pretty basic, but solid all the same. Tight controls mean you have nobody but yourself to blame when you join the undead. And all but the most Contra elite will surely join a few times. But it's certainly easier than any actual Contra game out there. No need for the Konami code here. But for you newbies, gameplay basically works like this. You, with or without a buddy, run from the left side of the level to the right side, spraying so many bullets you'd make a 90s action movie blush. If it moves, it's gotta die. Again. And along the way, you'll be able to pick up all of the classic Contra power-ups, minus the grenades. We've got the short-range but powerful flamethrower, the laser that pierces through enemies, a weak homing attack, and of course, no Contra clone would be complete without the main event, the showstopper, the BFG itself, the spread gun. Even the dead will think twice before messing with you when they see that you're packing 2 of these OP bad boys. Alright, I'm sure most of you are tired of hearing me babble on and on about how this game is just like Contra. But what actually matters is more how it's not like Contra, and there are 3 major ways. First, Obviously, the game is sporting its own aesthetic. Instead of the seriousness of aliens, we're taking down silly skeletons in suits, and other goofy foes. It's clearly much more lighthearted and has a real tongue-in-cheek about it. And while it's not nearly as intricate or as epic as some of the monstrosities we see in Contra, it's got its own style that's just amusing. And I'd be lying if I said that the victory dances didn't bring a smile to my face. Though I do gotta question the out-of-place Greek-themed level thrown in amongst the urban and zombie environments. Like, that's weird to be sure, even for this game. Anyway, our second difference is yet another no-brainer: the music. Now, you'd think a game starring musicians would have a strong soundtrack, and it's definitely got a decent one to be sure. It's upbeat and certainly fits the tone, but sadly, it doesn't really stand out, especially against all that gunfire. It really needed to pack a bit more of a punch, being in an action game and all. But now, our third and biggest difference between Balacera Brothers and Contra is also arguably its biggest issue, which ironically is that it's not enough like Contra. Stop, listen. I know how that sounds, but hear me out. Running through the jungle, guns a-blazing, is probably what everyone pictures when they think Contra, that first iconic level. But that's only a fragment of the whole picture, because a great quality of all the classic Contra games is that each of them have a kind of unique element to help set them apart. The original Contra's from behind perspective stages, Alien Wars top-down stages, Hardcorp's branching paths, I think you get the idea. But unfortunately, Balacera Brothers doesn't have anything like that. It's just the side-scrolling segments, which, to be fair, is more than enough. And at only 5 stages, it doesn't overstay its welcome. But it absolutely lacks that little something more to help give it its own identity, which I think is this game's greatest weakness, and puts me in quite the dilemma, because its greatest flaw is just that it's not as good as other similar games, which here especially it is directly trying to emulate. Plus, I have a bit of a soft spot for indie devs. I really do want to see them all succeed, especially when I think about what great games a talented creator like Merso X might bring us down the line. But the facts are this: in a vacuum, Balacera Brothers is a fun little action-adventure run-and-gun game. It's got an amusing, quirky style and tight controls, and simple but fun run-and-gun gameplay. And the difficulty is actually pretty fair. It's a great choice for newcomers of the genre. But, as I'm sure you're all aware, gaming just doesn't exist in a vacuum. And at the time of this video's making, Balacera Brothers is $10 on GameJolt and Steam, where the Contra Anniversary Collection is $20 on Steam and multiple consoles, which I got on sale for $5. And that collection offers more than 5 objectively better games. So my advice to you, the gamers, is this: Balacera Brothers is a solid indie title through and through, and if you're into classic run-and-gun games, you should definitely check it out. But only after you've picked up the Contra Anniversary Collection first.